We are back on Bucks and Brews here for the third of our special three episode of Debt Talk. We're joined this week by Gary Boyer, who I know through coaching, and Gary and I have known each other for probably 10 years or better. Probably better.
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
Yeah, it's probably going on 12 years because Caitlin started playing out here in 2008. So, Nick, I'll let you go first this time. What you drinking?
Oh, man. So because it's been a fantastic Saturday so far, I went to the cellar down here and I got some Rye Hipster Brunch Stout. I got a couple of those from Odd Side Ales. If you haven't had the Rye Hipster Brunch, you're missing out. I mean, right? It's breakfast in a bottle for me. So maple syrup, aged in a rye whiskey barrel, coffee. It's fantastic. Again, Odd Side being one of my favorite breweries, I figured, I got the cellar here. Let's just make this happen. So,
well, it's a brunch beer, so it works at 9:30 in the morning.
Oh, of course.
I'm back to what I had on Tuesday's episode, which if you're watching, that means absolutely nothing because this isn't going to air back to back. But I got Cider Boys Huckleberry Jam.
There you go.
Because it's got fruit, and according to my wife, that counts. Gary, water, anything, nothing?
I got a 2-liter of Pepsi.
There you go. Pepsi, we'll take a sponsorship from you anytime here.
Well, gotta have something for our mixers.
Hell yeah. So, known Gary for a long time. He's gone through some of the same financial struggles I have. So, Nick, I'll let you go ahead and start because you're the one that came up with the idea, so I'm gonna let you drive it.
All right. So, Gary, first and foremost, thank you so much for coming on, talking about your life, your finances. Things we're looking at. So, right now, are you currently in debt? And if so, can you describe the debt to us?
Yeah, I would say roughly, I'm probably 28,000. I got a $16,000 vehicle loan and a ton of medical debt.
So 16,000 in a car or a vehicle. And so then that gives you about 12,000 in medical debt. So all the rest of it's medical debt. Okay. So that's not too bad. So how long ago did you buy your car?
We bought it in November of 17.
Okay. Did you take how much did you pay? I guess in is it a 5-year loan or a 7-year loan?
I believe it's a 5-year loan, but with it's like 20% interest.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, with 16, that seems like a lot of interest. Okay. And then now your house, do you currently own your house or do you rent?
Own the house. It's a mobile home, so we pay lot rent.
Okay. But the house itself is paid off, right?
Correct.
That's awesome, man. Not many people can say they have their house paid off. I think that's great. So, first and foremost, I'm really happy about that, man.
Yeah, gotta take all the positives, I suppose.
Oh, that's huge. Just say. All right, so 3 years ago, we go to buy a car. I mean, what were you looking at for debt 3 years ago? Why did we jump into making a payment on a car versus paying cash for a car?
A lot of it had to do with the circumstances. I mean, we had a car breakdown at the time, needed a second car, so it was kind of more so sporadic, kind of spur of the moment. We need it.
Sure. and I say that's what I'm finding. It's really weird. So one of the reasons I want to have people on is right to try to understand, and that's what I'm finding. A lot of these people is just right, like I need it here and now. When a car, nobody can guess when a car breaks down, right? You hope to just kind of plan for it, and it never works when you're planning. So, and then right, you have to have a car to get to work the next day. You can't afford to take another day off. I mean, it's happening to people all over. That's why David and I, right, we're starting to do episodes on. We did an episode on car buying, how to get cheaper interest, how to refinance your car. I mean, just because we find people are getting into this. I mean, cars especially, right? Because your car goes out. I mean, you say it goes out on a Saturday. I mean, Sunday you can't go car shopping unless it's a cash purchase, right? And then because all dealerships here in Michigan are closed, like Monday you have to take the whole day off to go car shopping. They're gonna hit you because they know you need something, right? You can't come back and sign the next day. So our thought process is, all right, you know what, we've made the decision to go into debt. Now how can we better that decision and fix it? Have you refinanced your car in the 3 years?
No.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's something to look into for sure. If you're paying 20% interest and have you made on-time payments every time?
For the most part, there's a couple months, with this whole COVID thing, I took a $11 an hour pay cut, so
Yeah.
It's been touch and go here as of late.
Sure. No, I think that's I mean, if you're 3 years in and you don't have anything that's hit your credit with the car, I really think you should. I mean, you could find somebody to refi that thing even at 12% right now. I think it'd be huge. And like another suggestion, you might be able to find a bank that will extend the term to make the payment cheaper with a lower interest rate. So like it'll help save you money to play catch up. $11 an hour is huge. I'm really sorry that happened. Like that sucks. I ended up with a $4 an hour, and I got pissed about that, and we parted ways. So 11, I don't know how you're doing it, man.
I know that Capital One will do a check on what your current loan is and then give you options on a new loan without actually doing a hard inquiry on your credit.
Sure. So who's your loan through? Is it through the dealership, Gary?
Through Exeter Finance. It was we went through a right way because our credit wasn't great to begin with, so it was one of them banks that kind of
They'll take on a
risk. Yeah.
Makes sense. And yeah, like with Right Way, and so just because, for my own personal knowledge, did Right Way reach out to you in any time in these past 3 years to see how things are going?
Never.
See, and it bugs me so much because my brother was going to get a car. This is years back, and he had bad credit, and he was right at 25% interest and stuff like that. And it was Right Way, and it was right. You buy a '97 Mercury Sable for $16,000, 25% interest, and I'm like, I just paid cash for the same car for $1,000. Like, but they're gonna finance you on this thing. And when they do their sales pitch, they're like, oh, if you make payments for 1 year on time, we're gonna refinance you at half of it. And I'm like, okay. And I asked him point blank, I was like, are you gonna call and reach out to do that for people? Well, yeah, after 1 year, yep. So it's that their credit's gonna be ready for it. And I was like, so I mean, yeah, okay. If you guys actually have their general interest at heart and like you care, like, dude, you should be refining these things for people to like help it, like keep your word. And so I just want that story because I hear too many people, they don't take that next step to get. I mean, dude, half the interest is half the payment price is the way I look at it. So medical debt now, are you current with all your debt? So I mean, your medical bills, you paid up on it, or are you Are you in arrears with? Are you in collections with that?
Quite a few of them are in collections.
Cool. The good thing about medical with collections is we talked about it on a bunch of episodes, right, David? I mean,
We do. We talk about it a lot.
you can call it. You can call and close those for 70 cents on the dollar, if not cheaper. I mean, I think we had one person, right, where they closed 20 cents to the dollar. So, just say, and then, most medical debt will fall off after 7 years. So take a look at how long you've had it and figure out if it's worth making that payment. I mean, I always pay my debt, right? I mean, if I owe somebody something, I'm going to pay it. But if you call them and let's say you're 6.5 years into this collection and they're not willing to take a dime less than what you owe, I mean, it's on them, right? You're trying to make at least some effort.
Mhm.
So that's my suggestion for that.
Yeah, definitely. If whenever you get some money, some extra money to throw towards some of those, get a hold of one of those collections agencies and say, let's say you owe $500, say, I can pay this right now for $250. A lot of times they'll look at how long you've had it, what's left on it, and say, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So Gary, now were you budget? I mean, so when did you take the $11 an hour pay cut?
And toward the end of March. So
So-
right after the COVID pandemic started.
Yeah, right away. Holy cow, they hit you really big. They hit you big quickly. So do you have a budget now? Did you have a budget then? What's changed since the pay cut? What are some things that you're doing?
Haven't had a budget. It's been kind of a blessing in disguise because usually we were at a ball field or court every day of the week, so we were eating out. So eating at home has definitely helped cut costs. It's 5 of us, so you figure you go to a fast food joint and it's $40. So
Yeah.
we can eat at home for 2-3 days on $40. So and just cutting back on, cut the cable a couple of years ago, just been streaming, just doing what we can.
Sure. No, and I think right? We always talk about writing your budget down because that way you can see exactly what it is. I mean, and it took you for people to close down to see where your money's kind of headed. And, we talk about that where it's like, hey, going out to eat is probably most people's biggest spendthrifts, right? I mean, that's where they spend most of their money. And, I'm on the go constantly and I still catch myself making that excuse. Well, and I know that it's all I have to do is just pack a sandwich at home, or for your case, right, 5 sandwiches, 5 individual bags of carrots real quick, right? I mean, break into it, and you have dinner on the road, and you're not stopping at McDonald's or Taco Bell for $40, as you said. I mean, right? We're talking sandwiches and everything like that. Shoot, we could feed a family of 5 for $10.
Right.
So,
Well, I mean, for anybody that's watching these, especially, this will be our 3rd one that we upload, and the one previous to this, Vanessa, when her and I sat down, one of the big things she said when Nick and I talked to her was writing down where her money was going was the biggest eye-opening thing for her, because she never realized how much money she spent eating out. She just thought, yeah, eat out once in a while, I probably spend $50, $100 a month, and then all of a sudden she looks at it and she's spending $400 or $500 a month eating out.
For sure.
And that was, I think it's like for me, it's one of the hardest things to do. Even right now, I still do it, right? I'll go get a boba drink for $5, and I had sushi the other day for $12. Like it adds up. where I know if I came home, made my rice, did all the stuff. I mean, sushi, I'm gonna pay $3 for. It's insane for the amount I can get.
So I'm gonna give Nick a tip here. Thursday's at Fresh Time,
Yeah,
$5 sushi.
that's not bad. That's not bad. I might have to make myself go over there. So,
That's my money saving tip for the week.
that's great because so the place I brought Caitlin to, there's a place called Cafe Boba or Boba Cafe, and they used to have sushi for $4, and I walked in and I was like, I just want a thing of sushi. And this is basic, right? This isn't fancy for anybody that's watching. It's just it'll fill your craving of quick sushi. And they're like, yeah, we don't think we're gonna carry it anymore. I was like, I'm never gonna find $4 sushi. I was like, what am I supposed to do here? I'm not gonna wait till 10 o'clock at night for happy hour at Rockwell Republic or whatever. So no, so Gary, are you open to getting out of debt, or are you just comfortable kind of how you are, making it by? What's your thought process?
The goal is definitely to get out of debt. I'd like to own a house per se, outside of a mobile home, and I'd like to do that before the kids graduate, but at the pace we're going, that's not going to happen.
Sure. I say that's I feel like I should do like a 1-year boot camp, and just like force you to have to call me at least like 3 times a week. We'll meet up, like do everything. I think this would be great, because it's really doable. Right? I mean, how much do you think your place is worth right now? Your trailer.
Oh, I don't know. It's old. It's probably 25 to $3,000. I mean, it's nothing special.
But still, I mean, $3,000. That's a down payment on a $100,000 house.
Mhm.
So, I mean, as bad as it sounds, right? Every bit adds up, and it's like, I just bought a house in Wyoming, and before it was fixed up, or before it gets, so I literally just closed Monday. I got somebody over there cleaning stuff out, right? But like, if you would have got it in the way it was, like, you would have been able to buy it with just selling your house. If we can get your credit worked on, right? So like, we can get some of your other debts. So, and the way we do that is put you on a budget. Like, hey, that the $11 an hour pay cut. Now we need to be on like a more strict budget. We need to, crack down on where this money's going. And it takes it to say, I wish I could tell you it was easy, but it's not, right? Because it takes you to take these steps. David and I, until we're blue in the face, can tell you, hey, call your loan company on your car and refinance, but it takes you to actually make that phone call. Right? If you need to call David or I and do a 3-way phone call, like, we're more than welcome to, or you're more than welcome to do that. We're always willing to answer the phone. Hey, I don't know what I'm doing. And we'll just, right? Hey, hit 3-way call, dial this number, and we'll sit on the phone with you and be like, hey, this is Gary. He's got a loan with you. We want to either refi with you, or we're going to go to another bank and do a refinance on this vehicle. It's on it. Like, when you look at, let's say 16,000, gosh, 16,000 at 20%. David, I mean, math on that's what, $220 a month in just interest?
In just interest, yeah.
Yeah. Right. So I mean, if we
Which means your car payment has to be in the neighborhood of $450, $500.
515.
Yeah. Right. I mean, so like, just instantly, like, when you're doing math. So now if we take that 220, I mean, well, actually it's interest off the original purchase. Well, no, cars do interest based off of how much is left on it, depending on how it's written. But I'm assuming with the payment. But like, if you can get that down to, let's say, 12%, which is still, big. I mean, you're looking at, I don't know, 130. So you just, you're making $100 savings right there. And that $100, will help pay off the car first. Or, I mean, if we go 12 months, that's $1,200 more dollars, to put down on another house. Or, when you go to get a house, right, you're going to need a proof. So you're going to have to get rid of all those medical debts. You're going to have to start making way at this thing. Now, are you only have the one vehicle with payments and you have medical debts? Any bills that you have? I mean, you talked about you cut the cable bill, but now you have streaming. Do you have any other like subscriptions or anything that you're paying monthly on?
We have like Netflix, Hulu, and then regular utilities, gas, electric,
Sure.
cell phones.
Sure. And then, but your wife's, are you married?
Yes.
Okay. Does your wife have like Ipsy or one of those clothing things? Do you have?
No.
I have the family handyman. I'm not gonna lie. I pay like $8 for a year for a magazine. Say, so Netflix and Hulu. Do you guys use both, or do you use one more than the other?
I would say it's probably a split. I use Hulu more for like live local stuff, and then I would say Netflix is probably the go-to for movies and whatnot.
Sure. And what carrier do you have for cell phone?
Sprint, T-Mobile.
Oh, okay. Which, David, now do we get free Hulu with that?
Free Hulu with that.
So, we can save you, I don't know, what's your bill for Hulu right now?
We have the free Hulu with our cell phone thing, but we do the I think it's Hulu Live where you get the local or whatever. So I think it's $60 a month.
60 a month?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah, live TV is not cheap.
Wow. I have an antenna. Every time I look at my antenna and it freezes, I'm gonna be like, well, that's $60. That's insane. Okay. And then maybe look at getting an antenna. What area do you live in? Is it Kent County?
Yeah, Byron Center.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I mean, you should have no problem getting an antenna to get your live TV shows. Honestly, I get all the main channels for free. I get 3, 8, 17, 13, and PBS Kids for my kid. I get everything. So that saves you $60, and you can go that route. It's not a bad choice. Even if you buy a more expensive antenna, let's say you spend $50 on a roof antenna, like the square ones they have now.
Yeah.
I mean, you have 1 month, technically it's $10, and you have all the TV that you're gonna need, plus you have the extended Hulu that you were using. So, just a thought process. Again, I don't without you having like a written thing. That's one of my biggest things is, hey, write things down so that way you know exactly where it's all going.
Well, I think that's the big win Vanessa had is when she started tracking every purchase she made. She knew, okay, these are the areas I can cut, especially when she looked at food, because she knew that, for $20 eating out, she can make 3 meals for that or 4 meals for that. Nick and I did an episode on cheap meals.
We did.
Right in the middle of the summer, because, people were out of work and they need cheap meal ideas. And him and I have both been broke, so we know how to make cheap meals.
Well, and the funny thing is since we've done that episode, like, I mean, you and I, we're hot dog guys. It's just,
Yeah, we are.
like, I'm sitting here, I was like, I'm about to go to the dog pit, and I was like, I'm gonna spend like at least $6, right? 2 hot dogs and whatever. I was like, for $6, I can make a full pack at home. Like, I haven't gone to buy hot dogs since that episode, and like, that's a lot for me. I'm pretty proud of myself, but right, because we talked about it. I'm sitting here going, all right, for $1 I can get a pack of hot dogs. For $1 I can get some buns. I was like, now I've fed the family. I've made the attempt and I've saved $4 and had 3 meals. So
I'm the only one here that eats meat, so I buy the expensive hot dogs. I buy Nathan's because they're just delicious. I spent like $5 on 5 hot dogs, but man, those are 5 good hot dogs.
I say, but still, even at $5, you're still cheaper than me going to get my cheap hot dog from the place down the road.
Yeah, because like you said, a pack of buns is $1.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and we, we did the episode because we get tired of people saying, well, hey, we're not healthy. I mean, David and I, right, physically, whatever. But people fight us. You can't budget health food. And I'm like, yes, you can, right? Like, it's not going to be food that you're used to on a constant, like, whatever. But man, carrots are cheap. Lettuce is cheap. Like, tofu isn't that expensive. I mean, and the fight back that we get from people all the time. It's like, look, I've gone to so many fancy restaurants where literally I get a 1/6 or a 1/4 head of freaking lettuce and they put ranch on it and people die for it. And you're just like, you just like, it's a 99-cent head of iceberg lettuce and a freaking gallon of Gordon Food ranch and they just put it on a plate. Like, go buy take your money, go buy a white plate to make yourself feel good about yourself, drizzle that some bitch with a ranch and like you're good. Like, it looks cool, right? Like, the money you save from going out to eat, you can make your house look like any restaurant you want. That's insane.
Yeah, that's been our biggest take on this whole pandemic being, the kids not doing their sports. Just the money we've saved alone in food is probably what's really kept us afloat, so to speak.
Yeah. Now, when sports come back, are you planning to pack your food for after the games or on your way to them whenever you eat?
I hadn't really thought that far because I don't see this ending, anytime soon. Summer maybe.
Sure.
So really haven't thought that far ahead. Just trying to make it, through the holidays and survive.
Yeah.
Picked up a second picked up a part-time job just to try and make ends meet, and the wife is working, so
There you go. What do you do for a second job?
work at AutoZone just selling car parts.
There you go. So,
Something I enjoy and always kind of had a niche for working on cars, so
sure.
seemed to fit the bill.
Say, yeah, and AutoZone is always hiring. I mean, and so yeah, you replaced or exceeded the $11 an hour pay cut that you took, right? I mean, so
Well, I'm close. I'm still probably, by the time, because there's no overtime on my full-time job, it's 40 hours cut and dry, and then I work 16 to 20 hours, at AutoZone. So
sure. Yeah, no, it's saying, and when you're used to the overtime, it definitely makes it difficult, right? That's whenever a new person kind of started when I had my W-2, whenever a new person would start, I would tell them, look, this is the least amount of money you're ever gonna make, right? Like, if you think about as a career, the day you start is the least amount of money you're gonna make, and if you can make it on that, right? If you can learn to budget on that basic thing, you will always and forever have more money than you are spending. I mean, it's just right. So, I mean, I doubled my money from when I started there, right? More than 2.5 times is actually what I ended up with when I was done. And I always looked, like, people asked me how I made it, and it was because, like, every time I got a raise, I put it into my 401k, or I added more to my savings. Just I only lived off of my basic original 40 hours of $10 an hour. I mean, like, and it sucks. Like, people are like, oh, I can't do that. No, you can. You have to, like, you have to want it, right? And like, I knew where I wanted to be in life, like, later on, and like, that was the biggest thing for me. if it meant, if me retiring, right, like putting more into my 401k meant I didn't get a beer that week, like I was really okay without that beer. But the only way I could do that was, I mean, back then I was young. Holy crap. Say David and I would sit down and we just kind of talk about things like, hey, how much do I pay for trash? I mean, you guys have trash there. So what utilities do you pay for? You pay for gas, electric, and then is water included or no in your trailer?
We pay water and trash, and then gas and electric.
Oh, you do have to pay for trash.
Hmm.
Okay, geez. Let's see. This is this is an expensive trailer park, my man.
Yeah.
Byron Center.
Yeah. I say I'm used to a few of them. I'm actually gonna buy a house in Byron Center. Well, Cutlerville. Here soon. So see, keep the communication because I'm actually gonna buy this house and you might be able to move into it. So,
Right.
it's but you know when it comes to your debt, right? One thing we want to be clear on is figure out exactly where you're at and who you owe money to, right? So I mean, are you getting bills every week in the mail for?
It's kind of sporadic. It's not. I would say every other week, maybe.
Sure.
Like for the collection of medical stuff, and that's most of them. Like our main utility bills are current. Our lot rent and all that is current. The vehicle loan is current. So it's just the medical, and then with the whole pandemic, I had pretty good insurance at my previous job, and then the insurance I have now is terrible. So
Did you? Oh, you took an $11 an hour like new job.
right.
The pay cut is a full. Okay, so it wasn't just the same company giving
Right,
you 11.
correct.
Okay. So, but you have insurance for your family. Okay.
Yep.
Now from here, right? If you can budget off of what you're seeing right now, like with the $11 an hour pay cut, I mean, like my thought process is right. Like I know it's hard to work 60 hours a week. Us as men, women do it too. But like, right? We will always work and always try to provide. When I worked, my first year, I probably worked 60 plus hours a week. And then every year after that, I would take at least one Saturday off, right? I mean, and and then the last couple of years, I worked 3 Saturdays last year. That was, right. So I stopped working overtime as much. I mean, I'd still get my 9 hours during the week, 45. I was averaging, I don't know, 45 to 48 hours, right, from working 65s. So that's like my goal for you is, you're hired into this new company that you?
Yes.
Okay. And then how often do they get raises?
I don't know. They told us this year they typically do a yearly cost of living that was supposed to take effect in October, but they come out and told us with this pandemic there was no raise. But I thought after like 90 days, I've never worked for anybody that didn't do like a 90-day performance review. So I started in there at $15 an hour. I thought, well, I'll make my 3 months and get a little raise, but nothing. And then everyone else there is like, yeah, we'll get a cost of living raise come October, and it's usually 2 to 2.5%. So I'm like, oh, that'll be all right. Then nothing. So
Yeah, so that takes you from 20 hours a week at AutoZone to 16 to 18. I mean,
right.
You get back. My goal is to get you back home with the family, right? I mean, spend time where it matters. So,
right.
I think, are you? So I guess my question is, why do you not have a written budget?
I don't have a good answer. lack of knowledge towards it and not going through a process. I mean, we had filed bankrupt back in 2012 and went through the thing, and the credit counseling we went through was an additional. I mean, they charged us for that. We had done it at that point, and seen some benefits, and just kind of, I don't know, for a lack of a better word, probably just laziness to sit down and put it all together.
Sure. Now, so if I can get David to send you a budget, like
Mhm.
a sheet, right, that lists out everything. Are you willing to take the time to fill out that information that's on there?
Yeah, yep.
Okay. So like what I'd like to, like, honestly, the way I'm looking at it, and I know where your goals are. I'm motivated with you to get you to reach that goal. Like most people don't understand like how much David and I want to see people succeed. So here's kind of what I'm thinking, right? Is let's have David give you a spreadsheet, right? It's gonna list everything. You have David's number, you can get mine as well. But right, it'll just say, hey, gas, electric, um, cable, car payment, house payment, so lot rent. It'll list it all out there, right? And so like what I'm gonna have you do is every, for a month, I want you to like get all your bills, open it up, and it's gonna take you like to write it down. Even if you go into your bank account and like write down exactly how much you paid off your debit card and things like that. So put it on the paper. And then when you get your paychecks going into your bank account, because again, I deal with take home pay. Most
Mhm.
people are like, oh, I made 80 grand a year. And then, but real in theory, like you can only spend 60 of that 80 grand. So like I'm all
Right.
about take home pay. I mean, as you said, your insurance now sucks, right? So some people, I mean, right, they're paying astronomical for the insurance. So I want to get you an actual written budget. I want to see where your numbers are in, as fast as you can fill it out. So I'd like to guarantee set a deadline for 1 month, right? I mean,
Mhm.
truly, you should be able to do this in a week, but I'm looking to be able to do that, right? Send that out to you, fill it out. We'll figure out how much money you have left. We'll start getting together. Call on your debts that you owe to medical companies, right?
Mhm.
We'll say, hey, Gary, you're gonna need to save up, honestly, David, tell me if I'm wrong, right? We're gonna figure out what his debt is on medical and then go half. Hey, let's call this company, offer him half, we'll get it paid off, and we'll do that, on a constant. But I really think that if you can track every dollar that you're spending, you'll see how much money's going to stupid places, or what you need to change. So if that's something you're willing to do, I mean, David and I, we're definitely willing to help you do it. So, and
Yeah, appreciate that.
yeah, I really Monday, I hope you give David or I a call, um, to get your car refinanced. I mean, who do you bank with?
McDowell Bank.
Oh man, so Macatawa is a small banking company. I mean, give them a call. Just say, hey, I'm a member there. Um, I'm looking to refinance my car. Here's what I have, and they'll be able to do it. Like you can do it just with the bank you have a relationship with. Now, are you the kind of person that goes to the drive-through, or do you go see the teller?
I would say it's probably a 50-50 mix, and actually I would say it's probably more personal. I usually go in and talk to the people because we have a pretty good relationship with the local branch manager.
Yep.
Um, and quite honestly, the lady they got in the drive-through was, I think she's like, I don't want to sound racist or whatnot, but Lithuanian. I have a hard time understanding her, so it's
Sure.
easier just to go in and talk to somebody at the inside.
No, and I think that's a huge benefit. Is like you're already comfortable at least talking to them. They know who you are. Really, if you just say, "Hey, I need to get this car refinanced," they're going to talk to you like instantly. They're going to say, "Hey, we're gonna set you up with this person, and right, AKA, we're just gonna put a meeting on their damn books, right? Everybody has to make everything sound so sales pitchy. I'm gonna set you up. No, what you're gonna do is you're gonna get me a damn meeting for somebody that can fix my damn problems. Okay, like this is plain and simple. So Monday, what hour are you out before 5 o'clock?
Mondays I get out of my full-time job at 4. I come home and change, and I got to be back to AutoZone by 5. So
Okay, so today is Saturday. Tomorrow, tomorrow, or today or tomorrow, you're gonna Google Macatawa Bank. Okay, you're gonna have their number written down in a sticky note. Once you get out at 4 o'clock, you're gonna get in your car. You're gonna hit send, so that way you have the phone number on hand while you're driving. Talk to them, speaker, hands free. You're gonna get home. You're gonna keep talking to them, and you're gonna say, "Hey, I need to pick an appointment." You know what your schedule looks like, so you're gonna say, "Hey, I have these 3 days and these 3 times, and I have 30 minutes that I can meet. I can be there by 4:15, right to the bank, and then I need to be out by 4:45, and I need to be able to change so I can be to my next job at 5." Like, you don't work every day at your other job, but like, figure out 3 days, 3 times that work perfectly in your schedule. And again, Monday, like right when you get out at 4 o'clock, you're hitting send. Say bye to your friend, hit send, and go, "Hey, I need to talk to somebody in car loans." Right? That's all you have to say. Car loans. They're gonna transfer you, and you're gonna say, "Hey, I need to refinance my car, and I need to do it yesterday." If you can save $150, I mean, what would you do with $150 right now? I mean,
right.
That pays for. I mean, we talked about it. That pays for your Amazon. There it is. That pays for your Hulu, just like that, or Netflix. Sorry, not Amazon. But that pays for 2 of your things. And it pays for half of your principal on your car payment. So,
right.
If we're looking at 2022 to get it paid off, I'm looking to get this thing paid off, by the end of 2021, 1 year ahead of schedule. So that way, just in case the other car takes a tank, we're not in a spot where we have to run out and get another 20% loan. So
right.
Well, that's what, a lot of this is hard works. And honestly, everything we do in life is hard work. But when it comes to finances, a lot of hard work, a lot of hard decisions. Sometimes you have to sacrifice. It sucks. But if we can get these things set up, the gains that you make in the long run are just so much more worth it.
Oh yeah. Well, it's you can tell you're a hard worker, Gary, right? I mean, you remind me of me, right? Working 60 hours a week, you got a family. I mean, I only have 1 kid. You have 3, you said, right? So you have 5 total?
We actually 4 kids. One's out and on his own. So
Okay. So, right, I mean, we all understand how hard it is to keep a roof over our kids. Now it's just a matter of, can I make sure that I have the life I want, or as close to it, without having to kill myself every day going to a job that I honestly, I mean, even if you like the job, it's not what you would do every single day, is it?
no.
I mean, right? We can all admit. I mean, there's most people out there. I think there's 1% out there that actually says they'll do their job for free because they absolutely love it, right? But if I could pick what I do all day, it's probably kind of do this only on the time frames that I want. I would drink beer, right? I probably would have a Wi-Fi hotspot, chilling on a houseboat, like on the water with heat running. Like, I'd be in a certain location doing this, like, if I could do what I wanted. I mean, if I didn't have to work, that's how my mind works. Is like, if I didn't have to do something, what would I be doing? So if I didn't have to work a second job, what would I do? Probably spend time with my family. Or
So again, Nick, if you had your choice, we'd be talking to you on Cervezas and Pesos again this week.
That's true, man. Like, I'm trying so hard to go to Mexico. I really am. Like, I'm done. I'm done with this cold weather. It's raining here. I love Michigan in the summer because I can hop on a sailboat and go wherever, but this sucks. Like, I'm about ready to be a hermit crab, just going, all right, how much beer can I drink to stay warm? No, yes.
Yeah, some of us get to go to work all day today.
Yeah, see, there you go. No, but Gary, I know for everybody that's watching, so we talked about David and Gary know each other from softball and baseball and all that. So you're going to do hitting lessons or pitching lessons here in a minute, right?
Yeah.
Right. So how much do those cost?
$35 for 45 minutes.
So, right, and you do it what, every week?
Yeah.
So 3, 6, 9, 12, $140, right? If $140 a month. And here's my thing. This is everybody watching. This is what gets me excited. So excited. $140. We just hit a perfect number. I'm telling you, if we call on Monday to the bank and get your interest rate from your car from 20% to 12%, we are gonna be very, very close to that 140 in interest payment. You're gonna pay for your kids' pitching lessons just like that, right? So like my mind works, how can I get people to pay for something that I need to do or want to do, right? Like I want my kid to have something. How can I get somebody else to pay for that? Like, yes, do they need pitching lessons? No. I mean, right, deep down inside, the answer is no. Do I want them to have it? Should they have it? The answer is yes, right? And like now, all right, I don't want to pay $140 every, first thing I always go to is how can I get somebody else to pay for it, or what can I cut out in my life to pay for it? The second thing I go to is, all right, if I pay you for a full year, what's the biggest discount I can get and stay? And so, like my daughter's 5 now, and 2 years ago, she joined gymnastics, and we were paying right about the same thing you were, right? 35, 50, I don't remember what it was, every class.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got an email that said, hey, it's, I don't know, $2,100 for a lifetime membership of this class. And right now they're running like a 25% off coupon or something, right? So I think it was like $1,600. She gets 2 classes a week. She gets a bunch of free stupid stuff. And I was like, doing the math, I was like, if she stays with it for 2 years, I've paid myself for everything after that. Anything less than, yeah, I eat the cost. So COVID hit, and I don't think we're in our 2 years, but once it's free, like, I think they're open, but she can go back at any time. So I'm sitting here going, okay, at that big of a discount, I'm going to take it. Like if softball kind of ran the same way, right? Like if you had the money saved up for $1,000 for unlimited pitching lessons, right? Would you pay it that way versus the 35 every time?
I certainly would. I don't know that they do it, and I haven't honestly asked.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, that's what I find is like most people don't even ask, right? Like, I ask all the time on stupid stuff. It's like it comes to the point where I ask the city inspector on my houses if I can pay for inspections that are coming at this current rate, and if I can get a discount for prepay. And they laughed in my face and told me to stop being so cheap. But right, like because I know that every year the price goes up, and they know every year the price goes up. And I was like, look, I'll give you 10 grand into an account. It's prepaid, and you just charge me the $100. Where next year you're going to charge me 110, 120, and the year after that, like it's going to keep going. I was like, look, I'll just give you 10 grand. You have it in your account. You make all the interest on it, and I will. Right, I'll just keep paying that lower payment. And really everything, like when I go buy a car, right? Hey, I mean, my wife's last car. Hey, I'm going to pay you cash. What are you going to take? Like I went with this full asking price in my pocket in cash. And I said, look, cash right now, pull out a wad of hundreds, like set it down. I was like, hey, what are you taking right here, right now? No bull crap. Like you can't have these people that are like, oh, I'll show up. No, like cash. And like we got it for $1,600 off. I mean, because people are, people are so used to, hey, if I can have this, when they say cash is king, it's true. I mean, you can buy everything with cash. Except for during the pandemic when they don't want to give you change.
Right.
We did that episode too.
Yeah, this thing.
You know, you bring up a great point, Nick, because, you know, obviously running a business, we sell a lot of gift cards. I would say conservative estimate is we have $3,000 outstanding in gift cards right now.
Yeah.
And I will bet 90% of those people have no idea they have a gift card.
Yeah. That's great. And I'm the guy who's going to go offer them, 25% on the dollar for their gift card and then come in and use it and have a night of fun. I mean,
As long as you don't break the crate.
I'm going to have enough money on my gift cards that I'm going to buy. I can break the damn crate. Like, I broke the crate for free because I paid the money from somebody else cheap.
That's
David,
fine. I'll charge you $30 a crate. You can break it.
How much?
30.
That's not bad, dude. If I want to break this crate, I've officially like 25 cents on the dollar, right? So again, that's 75% off. Like, dude, to break this crate, I get paid. Theoretically, I get paid to break the crate. Like, somebody is like, hey, here, go break the crate on this discounted card. So, David, Gary, are you willing to come back on in about a month or so and talk about where we're sitting, so that way we can kind of keep track and viewers and people listening can understand what headway you've made?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. I really David's gonna reach out to Gary or myself. We're gonna get him back on. Honestly, I think we're just gonna try to roll out, hey, budget. We're gonna do everything we talked about in this episode, see where he's gotten, show you guys it works.
I've already sent Gary the budget template.
Boom.
Yeah, I got it. I just don't want to open it right now because I don't know what's going to do on the Zoom meeting.
Absolutely. I also sent you the link for Capital One if you want to see what they would be able to refi that car for.
Mhm.
Yeah. No, that's huge. I mean, so like we're already doing this while recording. I mean, we've been on not even an hour. Like we're moving forward. This is how fast David and I work. Like when we talk about stuff, it's just like boom, there it goes. It's like David's. It's funny because David's wife just went to one of my houses I just bought, and she's like, "Oh, you have so much work into that place," and I'm like, "That like literally the house she's seen was it was really nice compared to most of the things I find. Like I normally buy a hoarder house, right? Like just filled with crap, and I'm like, this is nothing. Like this will take 2-3 days to clean out. I mean, it was with one guy, right? Like,
so quick story. She goes to pick up stuff yesterday.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, what are you looking for? And she tells him, what we break. And he goes, well, there's a whole bunch of stuff in the trash here. So she calls me and she goes, I think Nick's mad at me. I go, why? She goes, because the guy gave me a whole bunch of electronics from the trash, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 things. And I told him, and I'm like, well, I'll go put them back if you want. He's like, I don't give a shit.
Well, it's like, so she goes, what's the UGG about? And I'm like, I usually sell all my scrap. Like I tell the guy, like throw the trash away, throw this into scrap area, because if it's metal, I'm going to scrap it and pay him, right? Like I need my scrap. If it's anything worth value, I'm going to sell it because, I mean, he doesn't charge much. He's never going to want it. He charges me $150 a day to clean, right? So as fast as he gets it cleans out, like the more money he makes in theory. And so, I try to, like, I'm selling the refrigerator that's in that spot for $300, and so I'm going to pay him for 2 days worth of work. So like all the electronics, and I'm like, I told him, I was like, if it has metal, if it's whatever, like I want it over here. There's tools in the basement. I think I'm selling a lathe that's coming up. I need to pay for my trash out for free. Like that's all it really comes down to. And he's, for as cheap as he is, I don't care that he gives away whatever. That's where the point of, I don't really care. Like I had a lady quote me $100 an hour, and I have a guy quoting me for $150 for a day. I mean, I'm okay with it. So
you're saving a bunch of money because, like you said, he's going to get it done as quick as possible.
Yeah, the same. Because the faster he's done, the more he makes. I mean, if he takes forever, we're not going to hire him, type of a thing. So
right.
No, it works out. Honestly, I could have, say I could have trashed everything out and just not said anything to anybody, but I know that my dumpster is a little small this time, so I was like, hey, let's just try to minimize how much crap we're throwing in there. I have 2 Coleman coolers. They're worth like $100 in the garage a piece. Like they're old retro ones, and I'm like, I gotta get those. I gotta get those online real quick and get them sold. Like I'll take $50. I'm the guy who's gonna take 50 cents on the dollar because I need it gone yesterday.
Yep.
And yes, I know it has some. There's 2 sewing machines in the basement. There's stupid things that I know have some value. And again, if I can get 50 cents on the dollar, I'm happy. This person's happy, and I've paid for my clean out. Like, you know, I have a renovation that needs to happen so I can get a tenant in that bad boy. So, but Gary, I appreciate you being on, you know, being open about debt, and you're what I call a normal American, right? Like your debt isn't that bad. 28,000 is not bad at all. I'm the first to admit I wish the car debt was a little lower, but that's something we can talk about and figure out how to react better, you know, when we have to go buy another one the next time. I mean, it happens all the time, but everybody like, subscribe, share, tell your friends that, you know, if they have any questions about debt, where they're at, we're gonna try to work with them to get this thing figured out. I look forward to this episode in about a month with Gary on follow up and where he's financially sitting. So
Yeah, if you have any questions, Gary, on that budget, just reach out and I'll help walk you through it. I want to thank Cider Boys for the upcoming sponsorship.
Oddside Ale for the upcoming sponsorship. I mean, they liked our last one, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna eventually give us something.
I will say I've been drinking a lot of Rochester Mills because, you know, 12 beers of Christmas.
Oh yeah, dude. It's great.
Every time I upload an episode and I tag Rochester Mills, they like it.
Dude, it's an awesome brewery. I absolutely love going there. Pool table's wide open. And you know what? If I get a 12 Days of Christmas from them next year, even if it's a year that it takes for them to sponsor it, I'm gonna be so happy because I love it.
Totally.
Tomorrow we start our 12 Days of Christmas. Huzzah!
Nice.
So, yeah, because we do one every day, including Christmas. So, guys, today is the 3rd day of Hanukkah, 3rd night. So for all of you watching, happy Hanukkah. Festivus for the rest of us, you know what I'm saying?
I got a lot of complaints that you people need to hear about.
Yes. Happy holidays, everybody. This episode is going to be uploaded, we think, in a couple weeks, along with a couple other ones. And I think we're hoping to get a few more people that we can show, hey, progress. This is awesome to watch.
Yeah, I really like the following up with people to see where they're at. We did that with Vanessa when we talked to her a couple weeks ago, and just seeing where she went from beginning of September till mid-November, end of November was phenomenal.
Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, so all right, well, we will see you guys next week, and as usual, we'll hang out for a few minutes here that people don't get to see.